We're about to hop in live right now. I'm going to turn down the sound just a little bit for myself. Alright, it's going to be game number 2 on Neo Medusa. Going to hide the wrong button. There we go. Alright, in the bottom left as your red circle is going to be flying once again, and yellow will be your SPX as your yellow Terran at the 9 o'clock. Red, no, my bad, at 3 o'clock. Thank you to everybody that did tune in today. Unfortunately, we did start late, and Sale did ditch you guys. I don't know if he has passion for Brood or after ditching you. But might just be his emergency, hasn't been able to tell the TL admins. Who knows? We'll find out later. Supply depot coming down here for XPX. And flying actually scouting in the right direction here. He's going to be able to get to the natural in time. Nice. Nice. Barrack coming out here for FPX. And I think both players are just going to do the same build they did last game. It should work on this map as well. Nothing too out of the ordinary. So you will see the 12 hash coming out here from flying. Meanwhile, flying is going to go for that one rack to expand. So all is well. So here's the thing to note. I don't think Guardians can work this well on Neo Medusa, so flying is going to have to play a little bit more of a traditional ZVT. You're going to have to get those lurkers. Especially if you want to take a close third like he did in Fighting Spirit. If he had lurkers, that would have helped out tremendously for himself. Because Guardians, yes, they did manage to take out the natural. But after that, they were basically a non-factor, as SPX did with a macro his way out of that situation. Second supply depot coming out for XPX. So he's going to get the command center right after that, if not shortly. And I'm wondering why Flan is sending this drone out, knowing of the fact that his overlord should have sawn the SCV that was actually moving across out of XPX's base. This is a very interesting drone. This just might be a scouting drone, which is even weirder, or it just might be taking like a hidden third. This could be a hidden third. Alright, what is he doing with his drone? He's taking his third here at the close mineral. That's just fine. But man, this drone. Alright, I guess it's just a random scouting drone. Meanwhile, the SCV getting chased out here by the drone. Woo! Command center now coming down here for XPX. All in good timing. I like this little sunken wall, this supply depot wall that XPX is building around his command center. Maybe you can build one here, build one here. It's a little fortress. Oh, look at this though. Trim Range actually made their way across the map here, doing quite a lot of DPS. Going to kill off a couple Zerglings, but flying should be enough to deal with it. And surprisingly enough, it actually forced the flying to build a sunken colony. It was actually pretty early. I'm not sure if I agree with this decision, but it will keep him safe for the time being, so even if it is a little bit unoptimized. Oh, this is very decision by XPX. XPX going to use the command center to give fiction of the Overlord. But can he get it down in due time? No. The Overlord will live. Oh, clutch Overlord. That was actually a pretty cool play by XPX. I'm not sure if that was worth delaying his mining time, but if he actually did snipe that Overlord, that would have been a huge blow to flying. But of course, he's going to get his lair out in due time. So now we're back to normal here. Interesting. So we're seeing a super early third barracks. I'm wondering if FPX wants to go for like a very strong pure mutalist attack here. And this is very, very early third barracks. Wow. This would be interesting. So we're going to try to see what they can at the natural, but they will get shot down by the bunker. XPX getting his second gas, and he does have a second creep colony, but I really do not like his positioning of the second creep colony. To me, I feel like it should be like more like here, or perhaps even a little bit farther extended. Just have to deal with it. And of course, the Hydra Den. Alright, so it's not going to have spiders. We're going to have some lurkers coming into play here. Okay, this is this is definitely not your standard Spire ZVT, nor your standard TVZ. Oh boy. Engineering Bay now coming down for XPX. Look at all these fire bats. Holy moly, these fire bats. Alright, this was the timely attack if I ever saw anything like this. We're just gonna watch this fire bat march across the field here. And the drone scouted! The drone scouted! Oh no, flying! Where are your sunkens? Throw emergency sunkens! Get in the creep colonies as fast as you can. The lurker tech is almost more than halfway done. He needs to make a couple hydras right now. He needs good evolution chamber placement to try to delay the fire bat. But look at this! XPX is going to go for the backstab. Going to use the fire bat to DPS down the Protoss temples. Since the fire bat does have splash damage, he's going to make his way into the third. Flying, trying to put as many creep colonies as he can, but will he get the sunken down in time? He's going to need the lurkers. Where are his lurkers? There's a couple hydra spawning. Going to make his way into himself with lurkers. XPS trying to DPS these sunken temples down. A little bit more, a couple more. XPX, keep target firing. Target fire, go, 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 go! Go, go! Operation Terran. He's trying to make his way up the ramp. Is he going up the ramp? No, he's not. Okay, yes, he is going up the ramp here. Going to make his way into the third, but there's already a lurker available and 3 sunkens. Will this be enough? The backstab mission of XPX. What will happen? Oh, and he does see the sunken and the lurker being propped down, so he may not... We just deciding if you want to try to go for this. He has a lot of fireback. He can definitely make this work. Alright, he's stemmed up. There's the stem. Is he going to push in? He's going for it, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to try to make his way into the natural third base. No scan, though. And that was the worst attack I've seen in a long time. Stems up his entire army here. Only sends in 3 units at a time to test the waters. This is getting pretty awkward. Meanwhile, Fine's going to go for a counterattack here. 3 lurkers and... Whoa! Did you guys see that lurker bug out? Look at this lurker just bugging out. Alright, looks like XPX is going to decide to back off, knowing that his attack onto the third through the back door has failed. And it looks like Flying is going to go for the Hydra lurk competition here. But XPX DPS is getting a little bit too strong here. The lurkers are not burrowing. Now they burrow. It's going to force XPX to split its army quite a bit here. And man, XPX's attack has not been working at all. I feel like he delayed too long. Here comes for Flying attack here. He does have energy at his comp station. Definitely go for at least 1 or 2 scans. But I think he really needs to tank at this point. Meanwhile, XPX is feeding his units he had in the middle of the map to this army of the Hydras at its front door. And now, beneath all of its action, we've seen Flying take a 4th base as well behind us. Double bunking and a triple bunker as well. And looks like Flying's going to decide to pull his lurkers back, put him here outside his Protoss temple. He could start shooting it down if he wants to. Open his own back door up. Which he will. Double factory coming out here for XPX and a triple factory. So looks like we might see a mech switch happen here. This would be a very good decision knowing that Flying did commit to the Hydra lurk army. Queen's Net coming down, 2 Evils and Aspire. So Flying's just going to stay on the lair attack for a little bit longer. Getting a couple more lurkers and building up his Hydra force. Meanwhile, we do have the triple bunkers filled up with the Marines here. So this is pretty funny to watch. It's really... The temples are being shot down by the lurker spine, so... Backdoor will be open pretty soon. Third base of XPX is being taken for himself. He has a random fire bat at the top left, trying to see if he can see an expansion being taken by Flying. And the Protoss temples will fall. It's going to give Flying the opportunity to move into the base right now. Now I think XPX is actually going to be completely caught off guard here. He has no units being moved. I don't think he's leaving his unit at the front door. Where's the rest of his units? He has a couple tanks being produced, but I don't know if they have siege upgrade yet. Ah, here comes the Hydras and the Lurkers. Surprise! Oh, they're just gonna go for the... Oh, it's gonna be pretty deadly. Okay, the siege did finish. Oh, nice siege there, but the Hydras could get themselves into range here. Meanwhile, the SUVs are being pulled off the line to protect themselves against the Lurkers. Flying's going to have to back up just a little bit, forcing the siege tank to siege up once again. But XPX not going to have a third. This could get a bit problematic though. You're going to want to try to go for the mech switch. Flying just going to restun his main forces back out. No, he's going to send him back into the fray. What does Flying want to do with all these Hydras? He's going to make one more lurker for now. It looks like XPX has been slowly but surely leapfrogging his tanks behind that back line. A good scan onto the top of those lurkers. Gonna see fire it down. And that last lurker will fall. Another lurker being produced here. And of course, this refinery is getting shot down by the Hydras. Here comes the Marines though. That siege tank. And the Marine DPS with the stim should do enough to clean this up. But the lurker's going to force the bio units back for a little bit. And we do see another base getting taken by Flying. How did this fire bat not stop the hatchery, though? I'm really confused. But we do have Hive coming down. Meanwhile, the Defiler mound, excuse me. So finally, we'll start to see Defilers come into play here. I'm wondering if Flying's going to transition back into a more traditional third competition. So FPX finally managed to clear out his own third. You got to get... Might want to put like a supply depot, or at least something to scout for any third backstabs. And holy moly, that's actually a lot of lurkers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lurkers being produced right now. And we still have this soft lurker contained outside the natural. They're going to unsiege, and that's a lot of tanks. This is the power of the triple tanks. Triple factory just producing nothing but tanks here. This is the new metagame coming out from XPX. But man, look at this. Flying's going to start to siege up here. We do need to see the scans come out. There is no vessels. There's not enough gas for vessels. Going to see another siege up. And Flying's going to slowly back off once again. It's going to be a slow game of cat and mouse in the middle of the map here. Oh, XPX getting a little bit overextended here. Oh, it looks like Flying's gonna go for it. He's gonna move his lurker into the fray here. And look at this, they're gonna get himself a couple of tanks, but he's gonna have to unsiege immediately as the rest of the tanks finally sieged up. Man, that splash damage from the siege tank just adds up so much, especially in this situation. Man, the Marines and the medic haven't been done much this game, but this is just so funny to watch. All these tanks are just slowly moving across the field here, and the Marines and medics are like, yep, you guys just do your thing. We'll take care of the backstab. Here comes more units from the top, though. It's looking pretty dangerous for Flying, actually. He's starting to lose his lurker count. Slowly dwindling down. And his siege tank count of Terran is just looking the same. I mean, look at it. He's just producing off of 3 factories. This push is pretty strong. Very scary. Just finally the Filer out. He's going to have 200 energy. That's enough for 2 Dark Swarms. So this will give Flying a chance to really catch XPX off guard if XPX leaves his siege tanks unattended. What will Flying do with this group of units? He's gonna go in right now. Where's the Dark Swarm? Alright, okay, good Dark Swarm. The other one. He needs to get one more, I think. And this is the problem. Not having that second Dark Swarm. That second Dark Swarm is way too late. I think Flying just lost way too many lurkers trying to get that second Dark Swarm in an optimal position. Oh man, look at all these siege tanks. I just can't believe it. This is just so funny to watch. Looks like they're going to back away themselves from that Dark Swarm, but where's Flying's units? Okay, he has another Defiler, a lot of Zerglings, but he really lost the most, or rather the bulk of his Lurkers. And now we're going to see SPX slowly siege his way into the fourth base here. As the main army is going to slowly push their way into the natural. A random Hydra go down. That could have been a potential Lurker. For Flying, we see the Defiler trying to eat some Zerglings to get himself energy. But this Terran push is looking scary. He might lose his fourth base if he doesn't do anything about it. There are two Defilers there. Only one of them has enough energy for a Dark Swarm. Two Marines daring to challenge this one Sunken. Emergency Sunken creep colony being put down here. More Dark Swarms being thrown across the map. But where are the Zerglings? It's just melting to all this siege tank fire. Here comes even more Lurkers, but the Marine DPS and a nice scan, so these Lurkers just gonna have to back off. There's no Dark Swarm to help protect it. And this is gonna give FPS just free reign up this fourth base. Now Flying being forced to eat up his own drone just to try to stay alive. He needs to. Oh, Plague! Ooh! Alright, nice Plague. On top of those units. Gonna back away some of it, but the problem is these tanks. Flying hasn't done anything to really stop it. I mean, look at this. Triple factory just producing 3 siege tanks at a time. This is just crazy nonsense from XPX, and it's working. We're already starting to see XPX starting to slow the Great Wall of Terran here. Starting to put missile turrets around siege tanks. Once you get enough of those, it's going to be like Flash versus Zero on Polaris Rhapsody. If you guys remember that game. Or was it Neo Medusa? I'm not really sure. I don't remember. It was definitely on this tile map. And it looks like this 5th base is going to be taken down here by XPX. He's slowly moving his way across with his biomech army. And there are Ultras though. I don't have the plus 4 carapace could make him quite beefy for now. But look at this though. 2 Vultures sneaked their way into the 6th base and they're chilling. Alright. But here comes the main attack though. The Ultras working their way into the siege tank, but there's no Dark Swarm, no Zerglings support. They're just gonna melt the Marine and tank fire. No, that was a terrible way to waste an Ultralisk. This is gonna give XPS room to just charge himself into the 5th base here. This hatchery should go down shortly. But just target fire the hatchery. Don't worry about the drones, XPX. And see, this is the problem though. Flying doesn't have a night skin out there, so he has no way to really supplement this. He has one here, but that base has been lost. So he's going to lose his 5th and his 6th. And he still has no real way to break himself out of here. We did witness a battle that unfortunately did not figure out how to cast it. But he did plague 1 tank. Nicely done there, Flying. You sure did yourself a great service. Emergency United's now trying to go down, but it's not going to. I don't think XPX would let it get up. Come on, Marines, work your way here. Take down that Nidus Canal. There you go, boy. Good job. So go down, and the hatchery will finally fall. 4th base coming up here for XPX. Finally, he's going to start to expand, but I'm wondering if he's going to go like a full mech switch. He's just going to stay on this weird biomech composition. He's adding another factory, so I think he's actually going to finally commit to the mech play. Great choice for him. But what does Flying have working for himself? He has the upgrades coming out of his evolution chamber. He's going to have the 3-5 Ultras and his Zerglings. 3-3 Zerglings. But he's really only working off of 2 gases. He's really gas starved. He really needs like everything right now, because this is quite a scary Terran entrenchment. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 5 tanks there, 7 tanks, 12, 13 tanks sitting there right now. Let's not forget he has this army, and then he's going to start to switch over to the mech competition fully, so he can have even more tanks. He could maybe go for like a drop, because that's actually pretty marine light. So you could probably drop, you know, load up his overlord with the units, drop over that tank line, and then that's how he can clear it out. That's definitely an opportunity he can go for. Which is really playing the waiting game here. What will Flying do to get himself out of this position? He is quite heavily down. SPX almost more than double his supply here. Alright, so he's going to load up the Defiler now. Here comes the rest of the units. Going to load himself into the Overlords. So we will see the drop come into play here. What does SPX have for anti-air? He has this group of Marines. The rest of these groups coming in right now. This could actually work. He might be able to break himself out of this. Never mind. Looks like Flying wants to move his Overlords and go for to circumvent that army here. Just maybe go for this base? Oh, what a nice game by XPX. Going to see all these units, Overlord, coming into his 4th base right now. Here comes the Doom Drop. Doom Drop. Oh. And this force is going to have to get lifted immediately. But look at this though, the Siege Tanks doing whatever they can right now. But finally, we see Flying actually land a decent Dark Swarm. And these Siege Tanks will get cleaned up. This 4th will get stopped for the time being. But that doesn't really help Flying's problem. Flying needs bases. He needs to secure himself bases. I really feel like if he went for the drop here, he would have definitely cleared out this part. And give himself a lot more map room to work with. Alleviate some of the pressure that FPX has onto him. Some reinforcements of FPX going to work their way into it to reclaim this fort. The Defiler does finally go down. Random Ultra. Oh, nice Dark Swarm on top of those 2 Ultras. Look at these SCVs working their way into this 4th base. And finally that last of the Ultras will go down, but an XPX will reclaim his 4th. But this really doesn't help Flying's position. You still have to deal with this stuff. All of this stuff. All of it. He has no new base. His main's about to mine out. His 3rd's about to mine out. His natural's about to mine out. He tried to take the hatchery here, but failed. I think XPX will be taking this 2nd game here, ladies and gentlemen. This is like killing someone softly. I'd rather kill them with a spoon. But look at this, though. Flying once again going to go for another Doom Drop. Let's see what he can do this time. Where would he go with these Overlords? He's loading up everything he can into the... Will this be the last hurrah of Flying? He has a humongous bank, but he doesn't have enough hatcheries to really put it to effective use. We're just going to follow these Overlords as they transcend on their journey across this planet. 2 Overlords gave up their life for this pilgrimage, so the rest of the Overlords could make their way into this 4th phase. Oh no, the Overlords will die. The Goliaths are coming in right now, and the rest of the Dark units will drop down. There's no Dark Swarm. Looks like the Overlord that was holding the fire actually got killed midair. I think that's game, and GG! XPX wins 2-0.